think they're going to do. All right. Like, share, subscribe. Northwestern. Um, I've always like David Braun, right? He had a horrible season. Then they go to 8. Then they win 8 games, beat Utah in the bowl game, and then they itched the bed last season. 4-8 overall, 2-7 in the conference. And you say to yourself, you like, wow, what a turn! Like what a turnaround! What a turnaround that Northwestern had. And when we say, and this is why I had to correct myself earlier, right? I had to correct myself because as I'm going through and I'm doing my research and everything on these teams, and I'm saying to myself, I'm saying, well, the parity it helps, but yeah, these good teams are going to get good, but there's going to be guys like Preston Stone who is going to go to a 4-8 Northwestern from SMU and was supposed to be largely one of the best quarterbacks in the country last year, preseason wise. He just was. And I mean, now, and a lot of the guys that he has coming in and that they've been around David Bond, we'll see what happens in the system. But first off, you want to say, well, who's the receivers? Who is Preston Stone throwing to, right? Or you want to say who's protecting him? So who's going to be protecting him? You start off at tight end, transferred in Alex Lyons from New Mexico State, 6'4", 240 pounds. Okay, that you start there. Then you go to Xavier Gray, Evan Bernstein, March Lewis, and Xavier Gray. What did he transferred in from Liberty, 6'8", 340 pounds, offensive tackle. Okay, you start thinking to yourself, Evan Bernstein, South Dakota State guy, 6'4", 300 pounds, interior guy there. March Lewis, you say to yourself, okay, well, March Lewis, you start looking at 6'7", 335 pounds. Woo. From Minnesota, by the way, if I didn't say that already, but you say, wow, okay. They sound like they sound like guys that you want in that position, right? They sound like it, but who knows? You know, they got Joseph Hammond running the rock. You know what I'm saying? What he had 257 yards last year, touched the ball 52 times. Was averaging 5 yards per carry, had 2 touchdowns. Joseph Hammond was the run game I think is going to be okay. I think the run game is going to be okay under David Braun. I honestly do, but then they got Chase Farrell, receiver from Stanford, 5'10", 180 pounds. Okay. Then they got Griffin Wild, 6'2", 200 pounds from South Dakota State. He's also transferred in. But guys like Frank Covey was around in our system. And Donnie Gray was in that system. So you saying so I think the offensive side of the ball for Northwestern be okay. But do they have the chance to be this year's Indiana in the Big Ten? I think so. But we'll look at the schedule though. We'll see the schedule, and then I'll definitely be able to see without a doubt. You got a defensive tackle in Miguel Jackson from Utah State, 3 solo tackles, 2 sacks. Okay. That's at the defensive tackle position. Also, who else transferred in? Middle linebacker Yanni. Carol Fitz transferred in from Purdue. 33 solo tackles he had on the season. 6'3", 235 pounds. Got the size. Got the speed. He can play the position. He can get it done. Fred Davis transferred in from Jacksonville State. Cornerback, 6'1", 192 pounds. I did not, and he hasn't seen the film, but You need guys with production. See, that's the thing to me. And didn't see the field. But anyway, and Darius Kofi transferred in from Memphis, safety or defensive back, 5'10", 200 pounds, 13 solo tackles, 2 forced fumbles. Coming down, I think they want to stop the run. You know, they want to be physical and they want to try to stop the run. And I think that's what he is, and that kind of guy that he is, right? So let's take a look at their schedule. Let's see what Northwestern got on their schedule. So they start off August 30th on the road, Tulane Green Wave. September 6th, home game versus Western Illinois. September 13th, home game versus Oregon. September 20th is their first bye week. September 27th at home versus UCLA. So October 4th at home versus Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. Let me make that clear. ULM. I think that's what that is. Okay. October 11th at Penn State. October 18th, Purdue at home. October 25th at Nebraska. November 1st is their second bye week. November 8th at USC. November 15th, Michigan at home. November 22nd, Minnesota at home. November 29th at Illinois to finish off their season. And that is not, although they got Western Illinois and ULM Warhawks, they have Oregon early on, they have Penn State, and they have Michigan. Wow. Okay, Northwestern. Tough. I think that's a tough schedule for Northwestern, but y'all let me know what y'all think Northwestern going to do down in the comments. Let me know.